Well, today I will be talking about something very, very important, and we cannot talk about a better life without really talking about this, and that is embracing forgiveness. Well, this is something personally I have struggled with. Oh, for those that have a character like mine, a personality like mine, this is something that we usually struggle with because you feel like you have given yourself. You will love people so much, really, really so much, and all people at that. Wow. But when really they don't love you the same, or maybe they don't do the same that you are doing for them, it tends to hurt you. And it's usually so painful that it is so hard to forget and also so hard to forgive. And I'm actually here to tell you that on these streets of really a better life, it's important to release people, it's important to release yourself, it's important to release things so that you are able to cultivate or have a better life. Well, I landed on something very, very important that I would really, really love to read for us, even before I continue sharing my experience and stuff. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for personal healing and growth. Holding on to grudges can weigh us down and hinder our emotional well being. By choosing to forgive, we release ourselves from the burden of resentment and open our hearts to peace and joy. This process can be challenging, but it is essential for moving forward in life. My friends, well, when I come here and I tell us really to forgive, I know it's quite challenging. It's not easy, but it's very important because you cannot have peace or you cannot have a very healthy emotional state when you have not forgiven, when you're still holding on to grudges. It's very important for you to release. For you to release. I know it raises a lot of questions because people will be like, really? How can you forgive such person who did such a very, very, very terrible or bad thing to me? Well, I'll read for us Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as in Christ God forgave you. Now, the Bible is very clear. That's why it has something about forgiveness. So the Lord knows that as human beings we always wrong each other because we even wrong to our Father in heaven. I mean, the best example is how the Lord gave his only begotten son for you and myself, for our sins. He died for the sin that he did not make. Who can do that? Like, he was not with no sin, but he died for us sinners. So the fact that he died for our like worst sins, he died for them. He expects us to forgive. He forgave, so we should forgive. It's not easy. Personally, like I said, I've struggled with it. I've really struggled with it because, my God, you can be so good, you can be so nice to people, to things, to situations, but my dear, it doesn't give what you give. It hurts. I really know it hurts. But if you want to really have a good life, have a peaceful and joyful life, you have nothing to do but to forgive. It's something that you really have to pray about because you will not wake up and say, wow, now I've forgiven. It's not easy. You pray about it. And to me, I always think it's a gift to forgive, like it's a gift to God. And actually, when you forgive, it does more good to you than even to the other person. Because when you're holding grudge, my dear, you will first of all spend sleepless nights. I usually joke a lot with one of my friends. I always tell them, like, do you know how hard it is to actually keep a grudge? Because when you have a grudge with someone, where they pass, you don't want to pass there. When they mention their name, your heart begins to to pump faster like than the normal. So that's how hard it is. You will spend sleepless nights. And I usually tell them, and I'm like, by the way, when you begin to carry a grudge, you will affect your sleep, you will affect the way you eat because like you cannot rest when you're carrying someone, or when you're carrying some life, when you're carrying some situation, when you are carrying something, you cannot have a good life. But the best way is release. Just understand it was just a mistake. I usually tell my daughter that it was just a mistake. It's okay, take it like it was just a mistake, for your own mental health, for your own better life, for your own good life. And the moment you actually practice that, because actually, I'll tell you the funny thing, when people begin to realize that actually this one is a free spirit, like you will wrong them, but they will not mind about anything. The devil will also know actually this one, it's a no-go zone. Even if you do something, they'll just continue happy, because the plans of the enemy is just to destroy us, to destroy your happiness, to disorganize you, to make you feel bad, so that you waste time, you waste life, you waste everything of yours. That's the agenda of the devil. But the moment you wake up to that understanding of, like, actually the agenda of the devil and all its agents is just to put me down. So anything that comes in a sense of that, or in the, in ways of that, you realize and you're like, no, you're about to put me down, but I will not allow. Because usually the things that make us annoyed, or maybe someone has really made you annoyed, for them they are happy, they are on, or they are on their best food, eating, they are just there living their best of lives. But for you, here in your bedroom, crying, but for them they are happy. So really, why should someone who is going to be happy the next minute bring this whole bad vibe in my life? So guard your hearts, friends. This is my biggest encouragement to you. Guard your hearts. Do not take things too personal. Like, if so and so is trying to be a pain in your neck, ignore. Because the moment you begin to think, sit down. Okay, why did such and such a person say this? Why did they greet me like this? Why did I say hello and they did not respond a certain way? Man, you have lost it. Because where the more you go to deep think about every nitty-gritty of everything, you have lost it. You will be annoyed at everyone. You'll be annoyed at everything. And actually, sometimes it's actually a genuine mistake. Like, they did not intend to hurt you. Genuinely, they did not intend to hurt you. Yeah, it's very hard. And I will say, really, I've struggled with it. So I know. And I've really asked those questions. And I've given all those reasons of not forgiving. But my dear, I will tell you the truth, it did not help. And like they always say, if you can't win us, then join us. The moment I realized it does not help, I just joined the boat of let's forgive, because this life is too short. We only have one life. So imagine having one life and you're spending it in such useless things. It's hard, sweethearts. It's hard, and I know, and I've been there. But this person who has come out of that pit is here to tell you that it's actually possible, and it's for your own good. Not anyone's good, but your own good. Take very good care of your mental health. Take good care of yourself. It's not easy, but it's worth it, and it's important. When we talk about a better life, we have no choice but to talk about forgiveness and embracing forgiveness. It's for your own good. And of course, I can't go without sharing this. Now, friends, we have to understand, like, we were created differently, uniquely, raised differently. We believe in different things. Like, we are totally different. So the moment you begin to look at each other, even your siblings, by the way, even the identical twins, they are different. Like, we are all different people. We perceive things differently. We react to things differently. So the moment I realized that actually we are different, it has given me peace ever since, and it has become easy for me to forgive others, because you will just you will just be in a circle of friends, but your reasoning is different. The way you talk about things is different. The way you react to situations is different. Me, I'll come and I give a high five to everyone. I'm like, hi, 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 hi. But then there is one who would want, like, take your time, come to them, ask them, how are you doing? How is life? Oh, some would want you to come and hug them. Or some would want you, to just do it calmly. But then there is someone who will come and is like, yeah, what? Oh, you've done something wrong. There is someone who would want you to write an apology. hi, I am sorry, but then there is someone whom you will come and you're like, I'm sorry I did this, and it's okay. So it's important to actually understand where everyone is coming from. When you understand people, my God, in Nyanko they say, wamu manye bei. When you get to know someone, that person doesn't stress you. So sometimes it's very important. If you're going to maybe relate with someone or to be friends with someone, can you take a minute and get to know who that person is? Because if you do not know, my friend, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. To you, you will look at this as a problem. To them, it's actually nothing. That's why you come and you're like, by the way, the other time you hurt me, the other time you did such and this at work, I came and asked for your assignment, you looked at me badly, or stuff like that. And then someone laughs and it's like, just that. Or they're like, the things that annoy her or the things that annoy him are very small things. Yeah, they are small. To you, they are small, but to them, they are big because they've been raised differently, they are wired differently, they believe in stuff differently. So yeah, it's get to know that we are different people. And when you actually get to know that, you will live with people happily, and you will easily forgive them. And also very important, last but not least, very important, forgiveness is good for you, not for the other person. Because if you have not forgiven, it is hurting you. It's just like swallowing poison and then you expect the other person to die. No. If you are holding grudge, if you're feeling bad in the inside, it's you that is going to suffer from pressure. It's you that is going to have sleepless nights. It's you that is going to be diabetic. It's you that is going to face all those heart problems, not the other person. Like I said, those people be there and they are even cross-legging, live their happy lives, living their happy lives, not even knowing that they hurt you in any way. Take good care of your mental health, sweetheart. Take good care of yourself. If someone wants to hurt you and you sense that, yeah, this is gonna hurt me any soon, relax, chill, know that I'm precious, fearfully and wonderfully in the image of God. Things that do not add value, things that do not elevate me, things that do not help me are not for me to consume, period. I love you guys. See you again. Better life. Cheers.